Hello everyone and welcome back to another quick video, and as you've probably seen, the Hungarian qualifying has completed and Lewis Hamilton unfortunately only finished in 12th place despite the fact that his teammate Charles Leclerc has actually got pole position for the race. And this was Lewis Hamilton's reaction after the qualifying session.
Oh, it's me every time.
So you're qualifying. I know you've been upset by it before, frustrated by it before. Is that what it is?
It's what?
Is it your qualifying, your Saturdays, or
Yeah, useless. Absolutely useless.
any answers anywhere? I mean, this car, they're trying to get this car in a better position for you.
The team has no problem. You've seen the cars on pole, so they probably need to change driver.
Wow, I have to say I've never seen a driver come out with that kind of statement live in front of the press. That's just incredible that Lewis would come out and say, I'm basically just useless. Lewis, what you need to do now is you need to announce your retirement, because this is heading in a very dangerous way, the same way as Sebastian Vettel in his final years. And don't forget, of course, I mean, it's just no reflection on Charles Leclerc, but Sebastian Vettel was getting bested by Charles Leclerc at Ferrari, and that was causing him immense frustration, and that caused his very, very uneven last season at Ferrari. And the same thing is happening to Lewis Hamilton. I think he just needs to announce his retirement, and then this huge weight will be just lifted straight off his shoulders, and he can enjoy, after the summer break now, the last part of the season, driving in a Ferrari, and then he can say goodbye to everyone. And I think even some of his fans that have probably left him and would actually come back and appreciate that Lewis has come out and said, I'm just at the end of my career now, which is absolutely fine. It's only the end of his racing career. It's not the end of his whatever he wants to do in the future. It's just the end of his Formula One career, and I think he needs to announce that now. And I say, get that weight off his shoulders, because he looks very, very burdened. The way he's, as I say, body language, I am a fan of, and you can just see by his reaction there that he's got his shoulders hunched up. He's looking down at the ground. He's very, very conscious at the moment that everyone's watching him, and his level of performance just isn't there, which is absolutely natural for a 40-year-old man. Almost 40. I think he may be 40 by now. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it's just completely natural. And we don't want, as fans, Lewis. I mean, I've been a diehard Lewis fan from the start. I lost it from the 2010 days onwards because of some of the things that Lewis actually said. But still, deep down, I am a Lewis Hamilton fan. And I think I always will be. And, his fans don't want this to become a Damon Hill situation where in 1999 he basically just moaned his way through the season because he was getting absolutely bested by Heinz-Harald Frentzen in the Jordan car. And, we don't want to see that situation. Just announce your retirement, Lewis, and move on. Move on. That's exactly what you need to do. Please, let's not be a Damon Hill. Now, of course, back in the day, Damon Hill blamed the fact that his performance level dropped off because of the tyres. As you know, they changed to groove tyres in 1998, and apparently, excuse the pun, he could never get to grips with those tyres, and that was attributed to why his performance level dropped off. Now, I see in some of the comments, people are attributing that to Lewis Hamilton as well, saying that ever since 2022, he hasn't been able to get on top of these ground effect cars, whereas before he used to rely on mechanical grip and balance in the car. He can no longer do that, and that's why people are saying that that's why his performance has dropped off. I would agree with that, but there's just one problem with that. Lewis Hamilton was starting to get caught in 2021, not 2022, and that was when the older regulation cars were coming into effect. Max Verstappen was getting very, very close to Lewis Hamilton at that point in 2021 before the whole Abu Dhabi gate happened. So yeah, you can't really attribute that to the problems with Lewis Hamilton. What you can attribute to it is the natural slowing down process that comes of getting older. It happens to everybody, including me, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. And Lewis just needs to say, that's it, I'm done. Now, you can make comparisons between this and Fernando Alonso, but as I've said in the past, don't forget, Fernando Alonso actually disappeared from Formula One and went off and did other things, and then he came back, and this is now his sort of second career. So, I can see that Fernando Alonso is, he's nearly 44 years old now, and so if you compare that with Lewis, but what you got to remember is Lewis Hamilton's been in this sport for, 17 years, something like that, a very, very long time. That's a very long time for the dedication that is required to be a Formula One driver, the stamina and what you have to go through, the training every single day. Just imagine doing that for 17 years. A normal person would be absolutely finished by now. Obviously, these are top sportsmen, so they have to carry on. But a normal person would have been finished by now. But this, I believe, is what's happened to Lewis Hamilton. He's got complete burnout. 7 times world champion. Let's not forget that. 7 times world champion, Lewis. You should be very, very proud of that. You are equal with Michael Schumacher. And personally, I think it's going to take a very long time for someone to come along in Formula One and be an 8 times world champion. A very, very long time. We've got Max at 4 now. Definitely not going to be 5th this year and could not be world champion for a few more. In fact, he may never be world champion again. So he could be one of the ones that is just a 4 times world champion to, match Sebastian Vettel. We don't know. But as I say, for someone to come in the sport now and actually get that 8 times world championship, it's going to take a hell of a long time. So that Lewis Hamilton, who's equal, of course, with Michael Schumacher record, is going to stay there. And you should be proud of that, Lewis. You should be proud of that. Yes, I know people have said all along, yeah, it's only because he was in the best car. Yes, he was in the best car, but it's the person that still crosses the line and wins the race. It's the winner at the end of the day. So you can't take away those 7 world championships from Lewis Hamilton. So he's done very, very well. He's had a great career, I remember watching him when he first started at McLaren. It was just glorious. He had that determination to win, and that's the thing that makes a great driver. And he was, well, he still is, but he was a great driver, and nothing, you can't take that away from him. You really can't. So yeah, Lewis, please, I implore you now, please announce your retirement. Ferrari won't get rid of Lewis before the end of the season. There's no point in doing it because it's just going to cause so much disruption trying to get some kind of rookie in there. They're not going to get rid of him. But if you announce your retirement and then Ferrari can start looking for other people for next year. Personally, I'd like Carlos Sainz to return to the team because I think he was absolutely robbed by getting pushed out of the way for Lewis Hamilton. So I would like Carlos to return. I don't know whether that's possible or not with his contract at Williams. I don't know whether he signed for a year or maybe 3 years. But as we all know, contracts can be broken. So I'd like to see Carlos Sainz return to Ferrari. Don't forget, a race winner at Ferrari was Carlos Sainz. And I'd like to see him back there. He would be a worthy replacement, I think, for Lewis Hamilton. Now, of course, there's not very many other driver changing next year because all the top boys, the contracts are pretty set in stone for next year. So I would like Carlos Sainz to return to Ferrari if it's at all possible. And I say for Lewis Hamilton, just announce your retirement now. Have a great summer break. Recharge your batteries. Come back fighting. And I'm sure a lot of your fans that may have sort of drifted away from you in the past few years will probably come back now. Probably come back and see you off. And let's see you off in a good way, not a Sebastian Vettel way, not a Damon Hill way. Let's celebrate these whatever it is 12 races that are left with Lewis Hamilton, and then we could all say goodbye properly to a great champion. As to be said, you cannot take away 7 times world champion. You just really can't. A great champion. So let's hope that's what happens over the summer break. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You have been awesome as always. I'll catch you in the next video.